Now, these are so popular during Halloween, and we were just talking about, like, if you're from Game of Thrones and you're a White Walker, you want those contacts. If you're a cat, you want those cat eyes. But we have to be careful, correct? Because these can be damaging.
Absolutely. You know, and you see, a bunch of corneal abrasions that come in and just really bad ulcerations in the eyes. It's just something to stay away from.
Right.
I'm not a fan.
So is it because they're scratching the cornea? Is that what's going on? Or?
Absolutely. I mean, they're not regulated in any way, shape, or form. So somebody's basically making a quick buck off of, selling the most popular type of, contact lens, and it's just not safe. It doesn't have any kind of parameters that are well monitored and fall under the guidelines that they should.
What's your advice to parents if a child is having, this makeup you buy at the store, they're having a reaction, or maybe even the costume they're wearing is causing their body to react, whether it's be hives or a rash? What do you suggest at that point the parents do?
Unfortunately, it's one of those things you kind of just don't know until you actually go ahead and put on that costume or put on the makeup. But immediately, soap and water, removing that makeup, and if the costume is creating an issue as well, that needs to be removed, the sooner the better.
Right. Now, every year there's a fad. There's a costume fad, or kids and teens want to be a part of. I remember, I think it was last year, the year before, remember you were dressed all in one color? Yes. It was almost like one big giant sock you're wearing.
Right.
But what do parents need to be aware of when it comes to these fads?
The biggest thing is the flammability of some of these costumes, making sure that those, the wigs and all the different components of that costume are not flammable. We were talking a little earlier about Marvel having, Black Panther being so popular, and it's actually a completely lit costume this time. So it's got a battery, it's got components of electrodes in there. So you really just have to be careful. How long can that be on? What is going to be safe? Water, that they get wet. So there's a bunch of things to kind of consider. So you have to really look at that costume carefully and make sure that it's as safe as it can be.